Hello, it is a dark episode for February the 12th, 2025, and another depressingly familiar um, thing came out today, which started off with a booktuber I know talking about the allegations against Daniel Green. And it was, Daniel Green is someone, he's a big name, fairly big influencer, wannabe author in fantasy kind of booktube, that area. He's kind of smarmy, kind of, I it's someone like I kind of subscribe to, but it was just like, okay, this is too kind of a razzmatazz kind of industry kiss up kind of guy for me. So I noped out. But a lot of people definitely really uh, responded to him, like 545 or more million thousand subscribers. So, fairly big. Um, but a woman, Naomi King, came out with a video today talking about how he had sent her a cease and desist letter because about a year ago she had published a video detailing unnamed person having kind of. It's interesting because like in the original video, it's just like she's having to be as vague enough possible that it sounded like, well, maybe this guy just sort of buttered you up, you had sex with him, and then he ghosted you, which is shitty, but maybe you wouldn't consider it sexual assault. It's just being, a complete little fucker shit. However, today she came out with a video in which she very detailedly outlined how they met up in Las Vegas. She was fucked up out of her mind on edibles, and he sexually assaulted her. And then the next day, sexually assaulted her again. And in, that way of, I thought it was, you're my friend, you made a mistake. I'm trying to desperately convince myself that this isn't what it is. And you kind of continue along with the person, and then it happens again. And this video ends with her having a full-on blown panic attack. And, it's one of these things of, yeah, this is gut-wrenchingly really real there. This, we can all be manipulated and all that stuff, and we all have to be thing. But if you believe women, I believe that this woman has been sexually assaulted, and it's by Daniel Green. So yes, and he came out with a statement, coincidentally today, of like a 1 minute statement, which is him reading very obviously off of a screen, off camera, no eye contact with the camera, in a monotone. I am Daniel Green, and all these things are completely false, and I am going to sue Naomi King for her campaign of da 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 da. And a couple of years ago, I had consensual sex with this woman. It's just like, it's all this sort of stuff of like, okay, you're setting yourself up of like, okay, I'm busted. I had sex with this woman, cheating on my girlfriend or fiance of the time. And so I'm busted for that, but it's going to be a he said, she said on the whole sexual assault thing. So I'm just going to go hammer and tong on this woman for it. And it's just like, oh, fuck you, dude. Fuck you. So there's that. And I guess it's depressingly familiar because I think of my own experience with something like that on a much someone being a creep and harassing women, just using their channel and their sway, relative sway. We were fucking insects, mosquitoes back then, and harassing women, and me doing a whole video calling that out, and that having a big sway for a while. In that case, the dude never acknowledged anything, just kept on going and ignored, and that seems to have weathered him through. Probably knocked him down enough, I hope, and maybe think about it. Who knows? Or at least, at the very least, that name is still out there. I still have that video out there. If anyone types in his name, that's going to come up. You know, yeah, yeah. But these things unfortunately happen with depressing regularity. We've had the whole thing with Neil Gaiman recently. Various others. Fucking the current president of the United States is a rapist, convicted. We can get into the technicalities. But it's fucking depressing. B, it's just kind of a thing you just have to kind of reflect and think about, what is it about how we construct men in our society that there's not a zero sum thing that, most men kind of carry this shit around with them. Majority of men do not fucking act on shit like this, do not sexually assault women, but there is such a high prevalence of, and I think about what my fantasies are, what things I respond to sexually in media and stuff like that, and that's and it's like I'm not like guilty over my sexuality. I keep my sexuality, my erotica to myself, but you also have to say, I'll carry around pretty dark stuff, and maybe that's just that is a natural thing of what human beings are like. That sexuality is intertwined with violence and power and domination, and sometimes that powers it, and it can power it in very pleasurable and positive ways, but also in ways that you should be fucking causing women to have PTSD, horrible fucking panic attacks that you watch, and it's just like your heart fucking breaks, and it's just like, no one should do that to anyone else. No one should do that to anyone else. Jesus fucking Christ. So yeah, and fuck Daniel Green.